It's my duty to introduce some issue that will be discussed. I have some idea, some proposal, some question, and I will help my presentation with some slide. I want to go back to the origins of the Europe Mobility Network. It was just an idea a few years ago, taking inspiration from one experience that we did in Italy that was called Italy Mobility, mobility for youngsters, for work placements, for students. And it was 2006 when we received our first trainee in Italy from a university to organize a work placement in Tuscany. It was just an idea because to organize work placement with mobility was not common at that time. And then we changed this idea because we have seen the face of the student when he went back was very strong in self-confidence. So, you know, all the aspects that characterized such kind of experiences. So we moved from the idea to a first action to try to set an environment where the work placement and the mobility was possible to grow up. So we contacted PricewaterhouseCoopers, that at that time was at the end of a project, a research project financed by the European Commission, was called MOVIT, a very important research. They did it for the Commission, analyzing the obstacles, the barriers for mobility. And with them, we set one transfer of innovation project. It was 2008. We obtained one support from the European Commission through the national authority. It was ISFO. And so together with PricewaterhouseCoopers, we started to study, to analyze, and to create tools to improve mobility actions. In 2010, then, we moved on, and we arrived after 2 years to have training materials taken from the MOVIT research. In particular, here you see our guidebook that was published in 5 different languages. So at that time it was not anymore so pioneeristic, but was quite innovative and important for us to have this occasion to develop materials that then are now they are implemented by many organizations. In 2011, we moved on from the first research to a concept. It was necessary not only to produce training materials, but also to address other colleagues and issues with our opinion, mobility, on the relevance of mobility. At that time, mission were discussing, but so it was not the time of Erasmus+. We are in 2011, so it was not ready yet. And so we identified the three areas to develop tools to address organizations with our innovation and to address also individuals for mobility. And we started with a new run with a solid partnership with this idea that mobility is important, is relevant, is something that is effective, can give us very good results, but we have to create an environment to put in the middle the individuals and to address all the in the process, all the actors, the players that we can find. So we identify the different actors and we started to think to a process to help organizations, individuals, to move on in this regard. And for example, last year we launched together, we had the honor to see in a concrete manner one example. We have seen our work to grow up from zero, and we have seen here the MOVE project that has created a service, concrete service for citizens to help them to move and to get advantages from mobility. So this setting that we thought gave results in terms of capacity development response. So the regional administration, and now I skipped in the beginning, but I have to say thank you to the authorities, to the regional authorities, to the Agenzia Regionale per il Lavoro, because they really, this is not a formal thank that I'm doing, it's a concrete thank. For this reason I didn't do it in the beginning, just to skip one problem. No, it's a concrete because they got the essence of our message and they transformed this message in concrete realism. So we formulate capacity development responses, giving support to organizations and to public bodies. The first reflection that I want to promote is regarding our activity. So when we play, we are competing, but we have to ask to us, there is one better than the other, because at the end of the game there is one winner, but not ever the winner is the best. So, but there are many players, and in our mind it was important not to consider who will be the winner, but to put together the efforts, to merge, to create networks. And in this sense, we developed one model that was, I have seen in the last 2-3 years, was really impressive in the results that this model gave us. So we created peer learning clubs that has been joined by many of mobility coordinators and actors and many different roles. We started to mix the cultures, the different approaches. And in this regard, we have in our mind a systemic approach. So we address our efforts to organizations and to individuals, to coordinators, but there are a group of players. And here we have 4 persons that are flying, and the reflection is if 4 groups are enough, because there is, I don't know if there is a real debate, but in our side we discuss it. So I would like to know if the intermediary organizations are or not one of the flyers that can be considered, because it seems that some opinion is different. So intermediary organization do not have a role that is allowed and is considered relevant. So this is the first question that I want to introduce, which is the role of the intermediary organizations, if they must be supported or not. Europe Mobility Network, in my mind, thinks that intermediary organization must be one of the players. But this is up to all of us to consider it. Another group of players is the mobility coordinators, the fantastic force. I think that here I have seen some colleagues before the starting. I think that many of you, like me, can see themselves in the Fantastic Four, especially when we receive some student and we have to manage some problem. So it's hold it, man, stay still, don't move because you can destroy the city. It's a situation that we have seen many times. So, but apart this is a joke, we have also, of course, a lot of positive results. We enjoy to receive the students. It's wonderful experience when you see them, especially the one with special needs, when they go back after 4 weeks and they change completely the face, and giving us a tremendous feeling. We see the individuals that really take some effort, concrete, and they change. So the mobility coordinators, they have to manage this situations. They have to support, they have to protect, they have to organize, they have to plan, they have to contact, they have to be in contact with the students, but also with the enterprise or intermediate organizations. So they have a lot of duties. The question is, anyone can be a mobility coordinator, or we need some special skill? We must be Fantastic Four, one of the Fantastic Fours, or at least we must be trained or prepared to receive those students. This is an important issue because nowadays we discuss how to improve quality and so on, but we are not discussing one profile for the mobility coordinators, and this maybe could be an important issue to be understood. In another, I made a joke with the names in English. I don't know what you will understand, but anyway, the meaning was that in the long run, we need also pillars where to put our settings, our set. But the pillars must not be really pillars, they have to move. So it's something we have to mix the words. So long-running pillars, I don't know if has any sense in English, but anyway, the imagine is that you need solid pillars that support, like we have this example of MOVE project here, solid pillars that support the transition, the change that is necessary to introduce at all levels the mobility as a recognized methodology, a system to provoke the growing, to support the learning. And the question is, public administrations are ready to support this, so these pillars, if I see the public administration as the pillars, at all levels, in any condition or in particular condition, they are ready to do it. It's a question that I have, and maybe we will discuss in the quality groups, so on. Another question we have as a Europe Mobility Network is something regarding Erasmus+. I know that many of you know the programs. So we help our students, our youngsters to make this step, to make this jump. And there is a cultural gap that must be passed. When you move, you go in another culture, you have some jump to do. And the Fantastic Four help you to do it. But it seems that in some case, this is not so clearly organized. And in our mind, we promote language and cultural courses, but it seems that the programs are going to cut this because we have online linguistic support. So we lose the opportunity to have faced, not exactly, not yet, it's another budget. So during mobility, we have the need to put these youngsters or students together and to help them to jump the barrier. The question is, what about these courses? Because in the program we have the online linguistic support that is coming, was foreseen for 2014. I don't know if that has been set or not, down for Europolitan Network Consortium. So it has been created by a solid partnership. We put together 10 partners, and the partners worked for the last 3 years very hard to create this community. We also received support by other organizations during this time. And then now the Europe Mobility Network, it's something concrete with more than 3,000 mobile staff that are linked through our network, and they link more than 19,000 mobile learners. And also, not directly, but they influence 70,000 school staff that collect more than nearly 700,000 learners. So these are not something that was in 2010, but is something that we have now, thanks to these partners that worked very hard to bring us to this result. We are in 31 countries, so we have all the conditions to do a good job. At the end of this process, we have the numbers, we have the locations, we can support mobility, and you, as part of this network, you can contribute to it. I have here one leaflet that has been given me by a colleague. I've been paid for the advertisement, of course. So I have here, this is a product, it's Vocalize, it's a product developed by a school, our partner in one project. They have this tool for democratic decision making. Sarah, if I wrong something, you are recording me. Okay. So they support the development of active citizenship. What is my idea is to promote this process within Europolitan Network, because the questions that I gave maybe need answers, and we want to promote these answers to the Commission or to the regional and national authorities. Further, the questions that we want to solve. The consortium is now set, but we are still missing some small bit. We will go to have a permanent body. We will constitute in a legal way, because Europolitan Network nowadays is only a brand. It's a network, but it's not legally constituted. We will keep live the thematic commissions that are our heart, that give us the ideas. We will deliver our peer learning and training session, and we will, this hope is a wish, we will continue to organize our annual conference. This is the 3rd edition. it's in Italy because it was the most important and for us, and we thought that Cagliari, where we had this experience with the regional authority, was the best place to do it, and the partners accepted our proposal, of course. So we will keep live our video contest that collect hundreds of thousands of visitors during the period, and even during the conference we will see the prize and the celebration of the video contest closing with the winner participants. So more or less these are the things that we want to promote, to discuss as a general reflections, and this is the way where we will go, the direction where we will go to have a European network as a concrete organization in the panorama of mobility. Thank you very much for your attention.